Okay, what did 360,000 pounds get me? Well, it got me the house that you see behind me, along with all the structures and land around it. How far your money goes depends entirely on what you're looking for. What neighborhoods are you looking in? Do you want detached, semi-detached? Do you want a flat? Do you want a house? There's a lot of variables here. So there are a couple of resources that I would recommend you use for your own house hunting if you're seriously looking. One is Rightmove. The other is On the Market. These are the two resources that I used when I was house hunting up here. So take a look at those, plug in your details, and see what pops up for you. But for me, there's no question that Sutherland, in the far north of Scotland, not only is it truly a hidden gem, but it's perfect for me. So come on inside, let's chat. Many people around the world dream of returning to the home of their ancestors, the British Isles. At the age of 45, I fulfilled a lifelong ambition and bought my dream home in the Scottish Highlands. My name's Jason, and I live in the far north of Scotland. This is my story. Welcome to the American Highlander. Hey, before we start today's episode, I've got a little bit of good news. We've got another sponsor. And look, I know that sounds backwards. Like, really? You're going to make us sit through more ads because we don't have enough of them already on YouTube? And believe me, I get it. Keep in mind, remember my promise to you. I will only put a product or service in front of you if it's a paying sponsor, if I believe it's something that would actually benefit you. I have to believe in it before I put it in front of you. Because if I take any sponsor that walks in through the door, and I've turned down sponsors that have been offering some good money, but I'm doing that because what they were offering just didn't make sense to put in front of my audience, to put in front of you. And if I do that even once, if it's something that I don't personally believe in, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it in my facial expressions. And then I lose all credibility, because you can tell when your favorite YouTuber goes into what I like to call presenter mode. And you can tell they just don't believe in what they're advocating. So that's what I'm trying to avoid. So the service that I'm putting in front of you right now is one that I do believe would benefit you. It's called Aura. This is all about identity protection. And the reason why it's so valuable is very simple. You ever been a victim of identity theft? I have. I mean, all it takes is one fraudulent charge on a credit card for you to realize just how much damage could happen, might have already happened. What else do these people know about you? Changing passwords, etc., etc., etc. You only have to go through this headache once to realize, okay, never again. And I bring this up because my audience is traditionally my age and up. Most of my audience is Generation X, Boomers, and Silent Generation. So if you're in that cohort, typically you're a little less tech savvy and you've got more assets to protect. And that makes you a target, especially online. And you would be amazed, well, no, frankly, you'd be disgusted with just how much of your personal information is online. That data brokers are bundling together and selling. And they're selling for billions. And I know that sounds like a plot out of a James Bond film, except it's actually true. And you don't get a cut of that. That's your info. Info that you really don't want out there. But what you are getting is you're getting hackers, scammers, and doxers. And I know that sounds like a cast of characters from a Doctor Who episode, but again, this is real. And you can, if you know how, you can go to these data broker sites, if you can take the time to find them, if they have your info, and request that this info be taken down, etc. This is a very cumbersome process, takes a lot of time, has to be done manually. Aura comes in and they do all the hard work for you. They go to these data brokers and they get your info scrubbed off of them and they keep it off of them. And that's huge. Now, granted, there are other services out there that offer this as well. What I like about Aura is the sheer breadth of what they offer. That's what got my attention here. So, Aura, I'm actually going to do something I don't normally do. I'm going to read some talking points off my screen here because, again, it's the breadth of what they're offering. So let's start with some of the stuff that you would expect. You do get alerts if your personal info is found on the dark web, and you're getting real-time fraud alerts for credit and banking. And that's good. That's what you would expect from a service like this. There's also 24/7 monitoring to help keep your identity secure. And I should point out, Aura does also have antivirus software. They've got a VPN. There's a bunch of stuff that they offer. But there's a couple of things that really got my attention, and that's why I'm actually reading them off a screen, because typically when you do a sponsorship, they give you like all these brand ambassador talking points. And I'm like, oh, just get in the bin. I don't have time for this. But there are two items I wanted to bring your attention to here. One of them is that their 24/7 support is US based. This might sound a little controversial, but I like the fact that my assets are being watched over and I have support 24/7 from somewhere within the first world. That does make a difference, and we are talking about my assets, so I have a right to feel that way. In addition, the other really cool point is if anything does happen, Aura includes, and this is why I'm actually reading this, because like the first time I skimmed through this, I was like, really? Aura includes $5 million in identity theft insurance protection. And they do have US fraud experts around 24/7 to help deal with this stuff. So, I mean, they are really putting their money where their mouth is. That impressed me. So, I'll put a link somewhere up on the screen. Use that link. It's aura.com/American Highlander. Use that link because you do get a special discount. You get 14 days of Aura for free, and Aura goes to work immediately getting your personal info off of these data broker sites and monitoring and making sure you're not on the dark web. But if you use that link, it allows Aura to see, oh, hey, you came from my show. And that encourages them to sponsor more videos that I do, which, yeah, honestly, that would make a difference. If you're not using some sort of identity protection, get started. And Aura, you've got the link. You should really do it now. Seriously. All right. I think that's enough about that. Let's go ahead and get started with today's episode. Hey, something I want to touch on before we dive into the meat and potatoes of this episode. There is a very real problem, not just in Scotland, but throughout all the constituent countries that presently make up the United Kingdom, with locals getting priced out of their hometowns, out of the neighborhoods that they were born and raised in. And to be fair, this issue isn't limited just to the UK. It's affecting America, it's affecting Australia, Canada, it's basically affecting the entire first world. The problem with this is that we have now generations, plural, of citizens who are born and raised in their home countries who have no hope of ever getting onto the property ladder, ever having skin in the game. And that's a real issue, because if you have no hope of ever having any skin in the game, then you have no motivation to work hard. You have no motivation to fight for your country and defend it. It becomes almost impossible to attract a mate, start a family. When these things become economic impossibilities, when there's no way you'll ever own your own home, unless you're very fortunate to inherit from the bank of mom and dad as part of the great wealth transfer, the foundational pillars of society start to crack and implode, because the covenant of trust between a society and its citizens evaporates into mist. So I bring this up because I don't want to appear insensitive in talking about this house, which cost, again, well above the national average to acquire. And it's going to take me 20 years to pay this thing off. I'll be a senior citizen by the time it's paid off. And this is a growing trend. According to the National Association of Realtors in the US, the average home buyer age is now 40. I'm 45. Here in the UK, I believe it's 38. And the solution, something that's made headlines recently, is the idea of a 50-year mortgage. or intergenerational mortgages. You got to be freaking kidding me. That's not the solution. That's indentured servitude to the banking system. There has to be some sort of direct government intervention to put the brakes on this rentier economy that we've created if we are to have any hope of having a stable society and a stabilized birth rate in the next 50 years. Heck, the next 25 years. So, in my own defense, two things I want to point out. The first is, this house was already featured on Escape to the Country, season 25, episode 1. So, I'm not revealing anything that hasn't already been terrestrially broadcast with a bullhorn far louder than anything I would ever be able to say or do. Secondly, the family that was living here, who are good friends of mine, they are Scottish natives, and they needed the proceeds from the sale of this place to go get a larger house for their growing family of Scottish children. And they're still here in the Highlands. The money is still here in the local economy. So, you could argue that I'm an outsider who moved in and I contributed to the problem of rising house prices, even though I'm not the one who set the valuation. But I like to think I have relatively clean hands in this. Because believe me, I ain't freaking wealthy. Half the rooms in this house are unfurnished because I don't have the money. Again, it took me 30 years just to scrape together the down payment. So, word of advice to young people, statistically speaking, your prime earning years, you don't reach them until you get into your 40s and early 50s. But also to the older people who are watching this, which is the majority of my audience, it's not about overpriced avocado toast. There are issues that go way deeper than that, and I think you know that. So, we all have to find a solution real quick. Otherwise, we're all in the same boat. It's going to get a lot worse. Now that I've gotten that off my chest, I feel a bit better about doing this episode. I knew I wanted to have a cottage in the countryside. I wanted to be rural. I did not want to be urban. I don't like big cities. It's too much world. Too much noise, too many people, too much pollution. Cities make me claustrophobic. But I also had some very specific criteria just beyond being rural and being in a cottage. One of the interesting factors is something that you might not necessarily think about if you're coming from America, but it can make a significant difference, and it's this. Space. I'm filming this room on a 16mm lens. That's as wide angle as I can get, and I still can't fit this entire room into the frame. And I love that. Because if you're coming from the US, you're used to real estate where you have a bit more square footage and you typically have slightly larger rooms. This house, again, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, is just over 1,900 square feet. Now, by American standards, that's, by UK standards, European standards, that's pretty big. So when I saw this room, it was this room that really sold me on the house itself, because the grounds and the exterior are brilliant, but you're going to spend a lot of your time inside the house. And I wanted to be in a room that felt, well, candidly, a bit American in its size. And you don't find that over here very often because the housing stock is typically older. I mean, in the US, the housing stock doesn't go back beyond, the 17th century? I've seen some of the oldest houses in the US when I was in New England for a while. Whereas here, you've got stuff that goes back way further. I mean, when I lived in London, I'd go to Borough Market, and that's been around since before the time of Christ. So, puts things in perspective. And also over here, rooms tend to be smaller because you need more fuel, which traditionally that means burning wood, to heat a room and keep that internal volume at temperature. So rooms have a tendency to be a bit smaller. So finding a place that had larger rooms, that's not easy to find, particularly within my price range. And yes, £360,000 is significantly above the average purchase price for a detached single-family residence or just real estate in general in the UK. But we're not talking like lifestyles of the rich and famous here. Like typically to get this kind of internal volume and square footage, you're going further up the food chain, and that's just completely out of my price range. So that was something that I was looking for. And another factor, it had to be turnkey. I didn't want to walk into this room and see a million things that I would need to fix up and spend all my spare time, painting and repairing and doing all the things that you typically do in a fixer-upper. What a lot of people will do is they'll get on the property ladder with like a starter property and then leverage that and then work their way up. Again, because of my age, that's not really an option. Because the days of being able to get a starter home where you could have a comfortable middle-class lifestyle on one income and the other parent is free to raise the children, those days are gone. And those days have been gone for at least 40 years, probably a little bit longer. Now we can get into the reasons why and argue about Reaganism, Thatcherism, Keynesian economics, etc., etc. The point is, I think we can all acknowledge those days are gone. And I was not willing to start at the bottom of the property ladder, which meant I had to save up even more money to get the kind of place that I would be comfortable spending the rest of my life in. Because I'm not in this to play the real estate game. It bugs me a little bit that real estate is viewed as an asset class. Obviously, I don't want to lose money on this place. I don't want to be upside down on it. But at the same time, if I have my way, I will never sell this place. I will die in this house. So that changes the math a little bit. And it changes what you're looking for. Because one key piece of wisdom that I can give you, and I think anyone watching this who's a homeowner will agree with this. If you're considering buying a place, you damn well better love it. Because if you don't, any little thing that you compromise on will amplify over time. It's like a splinter under your skin, under your fingernail. It digs in. And that's why it took me a period of years house hunting, trying to find exactly the right spot and playing an old-fashioned game of chicken, because the longer it took, the more that real estate prices went up. And so my buying power was diminishing because, yes, I had stockpiled money over a period of 30 years, but inflation is a shadow tax that eats away at your buying power. So things were kind of getting a little dire there, where what I wanted, the number of available listings that met my criteria was already very small, and it was shrinking rapidly, and I was just getting priced out. And that's a horrific feeling. So I got very lucky with this place. One of the questions that some people may be asking is, if it's just my wife and I and our cat, why did I need this much house? Couldn't I have saved some money and gotten a smaller house? It's not about need. It's about want. I wanted this for myself. And the whole point of a capitalist system is, if there's something that you want and you're willing to work for it and you're willing to sacrifice for it, you can have it if it means that much to you. And this matters to me. And quite candidly, I've paid my dues. I've earned this. And I intend to enjoy it for the rest of my days. So, I hope wherever you're watching from, you'll find the place that's right for you. If you have already, excellent and well done, and hold on to it. And if you're not there yet, keep going. Because yes, the game is rigged, the deck is stacked against you, but keep going. It took me 30 years. 30 effing years. But I made it work, I made it happen. And you can as well. You will do it. And it makes the second half of life a lot more enjoyable when you're building a life in a place that you want to be. So keep going. One thing we all have to deal with is home maintenance. I work a full-time job as well as this channel, so I just don't have time. So, I'm giving a free shout out to a local cleaning business, Divine and Shine, run by my friend Fiona. If you're a Scotland-based business and you want a free shout out, just reach out to me via email. Meanwhile, here's Fiona.
Absolutely, and you've got something hanging from your nose.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, cat hair. Wasn't it pokey?
Of course I've got cat hair.
Right, let's start again. Are you recording? Yeah.
Well, I mean, right now I'm just saying up
You're just, right,
exposure,
okay
so.
then, right.
But, I mean, what I found amazing is you started up a business up here in your 60s.
Yeah.
And it's taking off.
Absolutely, it's surprised me as well. It's just been brilliant. I've got more and more clients on board and some contracts. I'm loving it. I've gone from a serious job to having fun now as well. I'm meeting new people from all walks of life, and I absolutely love it. And the business has just gotten larger and larger.
Why cleaning?
I started off with a friend after I left a job before that was quite a stressful job, and really loved doing it. And I've cleaned all my life because of my family, but really enjoyed doing it. And then it was my daughter, and Kaylee just said, "Mum, why don't you just go and do this?" And you know, why not? And I thought, do you know what? Yeah, I was looking for something to do, but it's just taken off now. So it's all my daughter's fault.
So Kaylee, if you're watching.
Yes, Kaylee, if you're watching, it's your fault. Yeah, it basically her. It said, "Why don't you do this for yourself? You're quite capable." And I said, 60s, don't think so. And she went, "Why not?" And that's what I've done.
And you've had to hire more people, yeah?
Yes, we've got roughly about 5-6 girls at the moment. Some do not casual work, but some do occasional work. Yeah. And the other team do regular cleaning, all houses, lodges.
Nice. Now, how do people find Divine and Shine?
Hopefully nice. we're chatty. A lot of us have got PVGs as well, so we can go into older people's homes because they can tend to get scared with strange people coming in. So we do that, and we work with the social work department as well. Right. And we can go into old people's homes that are got mental health issues sometimes, or dementia, and we go into theirs, and they have a continuity of somebody going regular, knowing that we're safe in their environment as well. Nice. So that's good for them. Yeah. And
then are you on Facebook? Are you on, if people want to find Divine and Shine?
Yeah, we're on Facebook under Divine and Shine, and we cover the whole of Golspie, from Hemsdale, Brora, Golspie, way out Tyne. I've actually got a contract in Invergordon at the moment. So nice. So we've gotten quite a wide variety of people, yes, and it's just gone crazy. It's just got bigger and bigger.
Cool.
Yeah, didn't expect it. I didn't expect it.
Well, I mean, from everything you've shared with me, it sounds like it's just exploded.
Yeah, we started in April, and I just thought I was going to go out and do this myself. Yeah. And no, it's just been that. Can you do? And and I'm just loving it. And obviously it's creating employment for other people as well. Yeah. For other girls that have children at school, so they can work in between school hours, and they're loving it as well. So
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So I'll put the Divine and Shine link on the screen.
Okay.
So people can find you. But That is really awesome that business is just taking off that fast.
Absolutely. Couldn't be more happier. I thought I would try it for a year, see how I got on.
Yeah.
But no, I'm going into my next year now, and I wouldn't look back now. Absolutely not. No. Loving the people I'm meeting as well. And the beautiful little cats.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm actually loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. I can't complain at all.
What is cat fur one of the hardest things to clean? Like what's...
As you can see, yes, Annabelle's fur. But you know what? It's getting the right equipment, just having a bit of patience, chatting to somebody, doing it. It's not work, not really. It's not. Not saying it's not work. It's hard graft, but cat hair's cat and dog hair. That's the biggest thing. 'Cause it gets everywhere, high, low, everywhere. But at the end of the day, it needs to be done, and that's it. It's just part of the job. Don't mind doing animal environments. Doesn't bother me.
Perfect.
Do quite a few actually. Yeah.
I think that's it.
Okay. So.
This is Annabelle. She's our little baby. And she doesn't work for free. That little cameo is going to cost me at least 2 Licky Lick sticks. Probably 3. Time to feed the baby. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Okay, this is a moment. I have not stepped on fresh snow in 5 years, 6 years. This is a moment. This is all fresh snow that just fell outside my front door. Here we go. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Let's go. By Grabthar's hammer. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the far north of the Scottish Highlands.
Daylight is fading. Your journey is ending. They tell me you'll never come again. My heart is heavy from holding only a memory remains. Daylight is fading, the leaves have fallen, feeling so cold now inside my mind. Moves with my heartbeat, so slowly retracting to only a memory remains. You must go now. Take hold of all you know now. Cold winds blow in perfect time to bring you back to me. Until then, let me sleep until the warmth of the sun is on our side.
I'm in Narnia.
Shadows are moving, the daylight is fading. It takes with it what I want to hold. Will I remember the moments unspoken, hidden beneath amber skies? You must go now. Take hold of all you know now. Cold winds blow in perfect time to bring you back to me. Until then, let me sleep until the warmth of the sun is on our side.